Welcome to the stream. So, for those that are used to the stream, I normally like to do a just chatting segment right before I get started. But today, I do plan of taking a break from UXKO, even though I am going to talk about it. I am very surprised of the current turn of events. So, first, I am surprised my phone hasn't been blown up of people asking me what to do with their computers. I've had people ask me, like coworkers and stuff like that, and some of them are like, "Oh, okay," or maybe people are starting to figure it out because hey, Google and YouTube is a thing, and they can go on and figure it out themselves. But for those that don't know how to figure it out themselves, I can help you out, and there's others that can help you out. But Windows 10 is no longer supported. And I can happily say currently I'm still on Windows 10 and I've been able to extend my updates for extra. And the way that you can do that, there's a couple of ways. Is either pay for it, which I know some people would do, but a lot of people can't afford, especially with how things are right now. So there's a couple of options. If you're an Xbox gamer, if you built up your Xbox points, you can use X amount of Xbox points and extend your Windows 10 service. Or if you have a Microsoft account, which you also have if you're an Xbox gamer, you can log in to that. Now, there's a caveat with logging in with your Xbox account. But you know what? I don't care with this machine particularly because this is mainly my gaming machine and my streaming machine. I don't really do. I have a Bazite box in there. I have a well, actually, I got two Bazite boxes. I got a Bazite laptop and a Bazite box. I have a Mac Mini. I have other ways to do personal computing. So just leaving this as a gaming machine on Windows is okay for right now, but I'm still preferring Windows 10 over 11 for a vast amount of reasons. We'll talk about that in a second. So the caveat with using Microsoft account, if I didn't say it before, guys, I'm sorry, I'm like planking. The fact that with the signing in with your Microsoft account, that gives Microsoft leeway basically to spy on you. So take it to where you will, but I'm putting the information out there if you haven't searched it already. These are the ways to extend your Windows 10. So, but it's only for an extra year. Now, there's another way that a lot of people, that people like me that are looking into, even I'm looking to it as we speak, is to grab a copy of IoT long-term support copy of Windows 10, which will extend you another, what, 3 years, I believe. But then after that, you're gonna be forced into the Windows. And to be honest, the reason why people are having a lot of backlash with Windows 11 is three factors. One, no offline account. You had the ability to do offline account. It wasn't easy, but there was a back way to do it. But just recently, when Windows 10 was about to be no longer supported, they got rid of the offline accounts, which I think is messed up because there are still people I know because I used to work for a tech nonprofit. There are still people uh, in the United States that live in rural areas that do not have internet. So I don't know how you expect them to use a computer if they don't have internet in this day and age. But I digress. So the taking away offline accounts. Two, even if you're okay with having an online account and all that, the fact that they're not just a spy, but ads. Why? It's like, okay, I can get on a browser and I could choose to have ads there or not, but my computer gonna constantly shoot me ads now, not just for Microsoft products, but other products that I use. Can we not right now? Like seriously, can we not? So that's the second reason. Like a lot of people are like having a kickback from Windows 11. And then the third thing is the fact that every time Windows 11 kind of updates, or not every time, but a lot of times Windows 11 goes into the update and it breaks stuff that breaks vital things that are useful for users. So it's like, okay, what's going on? You you're claiming this is supposed to be for prime time, but this is obviously not prime time. So y'all need to get it together. And I also have a interesting story with Windows 10, by the way, before doing what I did to extend my service. So I would say it was 2 days right before the end of service, even though I've noticed the issue ever since the beginning of the month, which was fine because I've been doing mostly Fighttober anyway. But sometimes I'd like to sneak in another game into the rotation. I might not stream it, but offline gaming personally. So a lot of I've streamed it before on this channel that I love me some Helldivers 2. I noticed the last couple of times beginning of this month, Helldivers 2 was running horrible, and it was right after a recent Windows update. I should have known that, but anyways, running horrible. Now I've had an issue with Helldivers 2 before, where I had to uninstall, reinstall, and then it fixed everything. So I was thinking one of these situations. I did that, uninstalled it, reinstalled it, didn't fix it. I uninstalled my graphics drivers, reinstalled it, didn't fix it. It was just running horrible. And this was also right during the point where a little bit after the new DLC with Helldivers, where they updated the game for everybody to play on Xbox and all that. So I was thinking maybe the game just broken right now with trying to handle different communication uh, lines between PlayStation, PC, Xbox, and all that stuff. So I took a break for a little bit, 3.5 weeks, almost a month basically, from Helldivers. Someone told me to try it again because I did the recent update and after I updated the account stuff, I saw that there was another update like immediately, like a day later. I was like, okay, cool. I fired it up. It was still acting funny, but I was like, you know what? I haven't rebooted the computer after I did this update. Computer. So I reboot the computer. No problem. Game's running fine. And I'm like, whoa, wait, running fine? Hold up, let me test this. Uh, so I started doing like some testing. I was like, all right, I'm gonna put it on PC only just to make sure. I did that. Then I put it back on crossplay, and I was like, all right, I need to play with some Xbox players because that's when I really noticed the issue. Playing fine. So my deduction is, okay, what was the common denominator that I had that when I was having a problem and now I'm not? Windows Update. That told me that last update that Microsoft pushed out before you asked to get more service for extension for security updates for Windows 10 bunked my Helldivers 2. I was able to play other games, but yeah, it was messing up my Helldivers 2, and I don't know why. I was like, huh, okay, noted, is what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to share that little experience and everything. But now let me get to the other thing I wanted to talk about, and that's 2XKO. As of recent events, if y'all been living under a rock, I'm just gonna say it. You know, the AWS crash and basically taking down majority of the stuff like that. Due to recent events, it makes me really wonder about 2XKO because I know everybody's saying it's the future, and it is from an online standpoint. And right now, the game is basically set up as an online game. But some of y'all know I'm an old head. I like my offline modes. I like my arcade modes. I like my time attack modes. I like having other ways to play than always having to dive into online competitive battle. Because sometimes I'm like, yes, it's a fighting game. You're competitive. But sometimes you don't want to fight against someone. Sometimes you just want to, I call it the blow steam moment, where it's like, I want to get on. I just want to fight the computer. I might challenge myself a little bit, but I just want to fight the computer and not a person. Blow steam mode. You don't have that in 2XKO. And after the recent events, I'm really worried about the state of not just TXKO, but a lot of Riot's games, because most of Riot's games, and if you're a fan of Riot and a lot of their games, it's like, guys, I need you all as developers make some offline modes to preserve your games. Because I'm gonna be honest, and this is rare coming from me, and y'all know us old heads, we're like, nah, go play at your local stuff like that. Like, yeah, we do the online play, but we love our offline community, so forth and so on. I will admit, 2XKO, even though I will still say there's some things they need to fix and all that stuff, I actually really enjoy the game. Is solid. Um, I love the whoever's making the soundtracks for the game. Oh my god, please come out with a OST because them soundtracks are fire. But I'm really loving art style. Oh, I'm loving the game, but the game is online only. And it's the other thing is it's behind the Riot launcher. Now, unfortunately, if you're a Linux head, now of course there are ways to get it running, but I'm saying this for those that are now making the jump from Windows to maybe like a Linux Mint or a Bazite or anything like that. Heroic Launcher does not have support for the Riot games. Well, I haven't checked it lately. Maybe it does now, but as of the last time I've checked it, it does not have support for Riot games. Now, of course, you can probably get it to run via Lutris or Wine. There's ways to get it to run and all that. But I know there are some gamers that's like, hey, I exclusively play in Riot Games, and they're gonna want to have that ability to play those games in Linux, and that's not the case right now. So I see a little bit of an issue here. Now, of course, everybody's like, nah, let's go to Windows 11 if you're doing the game. I'm like, I don't know. This is my thing. Now, granted, it probably won't work on Linux due to any anti-cheat and all that, and that is the big problem right now. Is a lot of the anti-cheat clients do not work in Linux unless the developers make something that allows it to run. So, like Helldivers is allowed to run on there, but then again, Helldivers is a PVE game. But Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, those games, those are competitive games, and they run fine in Linux. So I'm gonna just throw that out there. I'm worried that the state of not just Riot in general, but like a lot of these companies that are doing online only games and not paying attention to the wave that's going on right now, and not allowing gamers to have alternative ways to play. It's like, okay, it's bad enough if Microsoft forces you into it, but some of these developers that could develop for other things are just choosing not to and choosing to lock you in to a Windows based gaming. Now, of course, I know there's an argument that was like, well, you can always go console. But yes, I have consoles, yes. But I know there are some people out there that are just PC only. That's all they have. That's all they do, and that's all they run. And it's those people that you're kind of affecting and hurting right now. So yeah, I just find it interesting. Like more and more games need to have some form of offline support at some way, form, and fashion. Because if not, and we have another like say tech blackout like that again where the internet crashes, but yet you want to be able to play like your favorite fighting game, your favorite beat 'em up shooter, whatever like that. If it doesn't have some type of offline mode support or offline support period, guess what? Game's dead. You won't be able to play it. And to me, that's really really sad. But all right, enough of me on my soapbox. I am gonna play some City of the Wolves now. So let's get to it.